What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ATM back again with another video. And in today's video, I kind of wanted to talk about something serious. As you can see, I got Spanish in the background. I'm listening to Spanish stuff, trying to get Spanish as my second language. But anyway, in all seriousness, I was watching. Today is the 31st of Halloween. Ironic that I got this shirt on, but I was watching Dr. Tia San Johnson's live on, I think it was his brother or someone very close to him passing, and I popped in after I was watching Nightcap and just listening and trying to understand because the title didn't make any sense. It was like On Death or whatever. So I was listening over and over to what he was talking about and what people in the chat were saying and stuff like that. So that resonated with me, and I wanted to kind of talk about this and how I think as a man, the hardest thing I've had to do as I got older is give myself to other people. And because you never know when somebody's last day is, right? So I always try to do my best to make sure friends, family, not really acquaintances, but really the core people I spend time with and talk to. So I make sure I, for the most part, pick up the phone. Even there's days I don't want to pick up the phone for nobody. But for the most part, I try my best to be there for a lot of people. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that I stretch myself thin because a lot of times I just kind of need to lock in, and I don't. And lock in with myself and excelling and kind of getting to the goals or whatever. But I never want to be someone that gets so wrapped in himself that he doesn't, I don't play the game with the homies or get on the phone with some of the core guys or one of my close friends. We get together and go to the gym or spend time with my mom, sisters, dad, uncle, aunts, nephew, or meet up with the guys and we get together and chill or whatever. But for the most part, I try to be in person more so than just texting. Calling, I try to do that as well. And I think the most important thing is I let everybody to a certain degree know that I love them and wish them nothing but the best and success, right? I'm not one of those friends that is, like hating or want to see your downfall and nothing like that. Whether we last, throughout our lifetimes as friends defeats the purpose. I still want to see you win, right? And listening to Dr. T talk about losing someone and how he was talking more on the sense of two different things, really talking about the masculinity and men not really hearing how much they're appreciated versus, and then he was talking about black men in particular. For the most part, most of my homies, I tell them I love them. It's not no gay stuff, but you appreciate them and you pick up the phone or I'll see homies and drive an hour to come hang out with some friends or hop on a game when I should be studying. And because you never know when somebody's last day is. But I also think about it in the perspective that I have talked to God and want to move out of the country eventually, right? And I know once I move out of the country, I'm not going to have access to people like that, right? I may be able to FaceTime or hop on a game every once in a while, but for what I truly desire to do, which is farming or cybersecurity stuff overseas, and enjoying life and wanting to do whatever God has for me to do. But I know eventually I will get there, and I want to make sure that at the end of the day, for a lot of the people that get to see that, they can see this, that y'all are appreciated, and that I do what I need to do, which is be there and support. Whether that's picking up the phone and talking about one of my homies, me and him, I really didn't want to pick up the phone. Don't get me wrong, I love you. if you know who you are in this particular instance. But I did not want to pick up the phone and talk to my friend, not because I don't, you know, rock with him or anything like that, but I think I was listening to music and I was in my thoughts just thinking about different stuff, and I was like, let me just pick up the phone and chop it up with him real quick, because we always talk. I'm for most of my friends, I'm like a big brother to a lot of them, and I try to, you know, instill game, give advice, and just chop it up and be somebody that's objective, right, and that's honest with them, whether people like it or not. But we were talking, and what did he say? That he, you know, one of the jobs he was looking at getting fell through. And I said, brother, just pray on it. You know, you're going to be fine. And he called me yesterday and said he got one of the other jobs that he was looking at. And I was congratulating him on that. And just thanking God for him getting a new job, better pay, and he's going to be able to excel. And friends I hop on the game with, or I'll go hang out with a buddy an hour away and you know, chill with him and his wife, and just take the weekend to do stuff. I always tell my family and friends, and I'm always busy, like every weekend. Even this weekend, I'm helping my grandma move, and then, you know, I'm come back and I'll do some studying stuff. But each weekend, unless like now I can't really do the next weekend thing, I'm supposed to play football, but that's not really important. I injured myself, but I always try to make sure I'm able to be someone or available to a lot of people, whether that's, you know, Mom Dukes, or if I need to watch my nephew, or spend time with my sisters, or my dad and my uncle. And so I do a lot of things to make sure that these people feel appreciated. And I hope at the end of the day that a lot of people are able to do the same for the people around them. Because you never know when somebody's last day, or you never know when you're going to kind of really depart. And not in terms of death, but in terms of, you know, life. So I hope this video helps some of y'all. All my peoples know I appreciate them. Love y'all. And try to be there for people. Peace.